What's going on, guys? It's So with No Days Off DFS here to bring you a quick breakdown for this Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Golden State Warriors in the NBA preseason action that we have today. So we had two games on the slate. First game, we already had went over that 2 days ago, so really didn't feel the need to redo that game, even though a couple of injuries and different things happened. I put some notes and stuff for that inside Discord and on Twitter. So if you guys are trying to find more information and stuff, or just get some condensed information, see the retweets so you're not having to follow all those pages and everything. Check the links down in the description below so you guys can follow the Twitter account for No Days Off, and also just join us in Discord or the Patreon, and you'll see all the notes and everything posted right there for you guys. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any of the content that we're putting out. We're going to be covering preseason and rolling right into the NBA season. Can't wait for this to actually get started and come back. And of course, if you guys have been following us for the start of the WNBA season, you already know that tomorrow is the start of the NBA Finals. I mean, not NBA Finals, WNBA Finals. So, we will have our breakdown for that as well for the Aces taking on the New York Liberty. So, starting with the Lakers side of things, we've already got news that LeBron James, he is expected to miss this preseason game. If you guys are looking for a little nugget or anything on that, it came out in an interview that he did with the media saying that he plans on playing probably half of the preseason games that they'll be playing. This is going to be he's the oldest player in the league and stuff right now, so definitely trying to preserve his body, get ready for the 2024 Olympics that he's saying that he wants to represent in. We already know that over the past 3 seasons he's been dealing with some injuries and stuff like that. Anyway, it doesn't make any sense to roll out your superstar out there in a meaningless preseason game. Austin Reeves, he also will not be playing today for the Lakers. So starting lineup, I kind of imagine, it hasn't came out yet, but even looking over here on RotoWire, they have it projected as D'Lo, Gabe Vincent, Rui, Vanderbilt, and Anthony Davis. I don't think that this is right because in some interviews and stuff that I've seen, AD has talked about having to get adjusted to being back playing at the 4. So I can only imagine that possibly where we should see maybe a Christian Wood in the starting lineup out there with Anthony Davis. I don't see him lining up at that 5 anymore, especially after everything that's come out and him talking about playing the 4 and not necessarily wanting to play the 5. And they actually have, I'm not gonna say Christian was the best center in the world, but they actually do have a decent starting center that they can roll out there with him that can also stretch the floor just as much as Anthony Davis. So but starting lineup, I believe, should be Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, Gabe Vincent, more than likely Vando, because I know they like Rui off the bench. I'm not too sure if Rui would actually start here. That's really kind of the look that I would have for the starting lineup. Nonetheless, I don't expect the starters to really play too heavy minutes. Last season when they played in preseason for the first game, the starters, they really didn't play too heavy minutes. Anthony Davis and LeBron James only 16 minutes. Damian Jones, young center, 21 minutes. Kendrick Nunn, 20 minutes. Russell Westbrook, 15. Russ did start. Maxi Chrissy, 25 minutes. So now the bench players: Maxi, JTA, William Gabriel, Austin Reeves, Thomas Bryant, Cole Swindler, all these guys right here. This is the second unit, things like that. They kind of play more that 20-ish in up minute role. So kind of looking at today, I wouldn't expect Anthony Davis to play more than maybe 17 or so minutes. Same thing for D'Lo. Wouldn't expect him to play more than 15, 16, 17 minutes, right there around that range. If they start Christian Wood, possibly going to be the same thing for him. Now, if they're going to actually let Christian Wood come off the bench, I would have a bit more interest in him. But nonetheless, I mean, yeah, you can go out and roll a player like Anthony Davis just for the ceiling that he has in that 16 minutes out there. He put up a double-double, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 11 points. Will be more inclined to that if Christian Wood is definitely going to be playing off the bench, because those rebounds will be there for him. But if Christian Wood and AD is starting, that might hamper a little bit for AD. But either way, AD is still a pretty decent play. D'Lo, I really don't have too much interest in him. We'd rather just play some of the bench players that'll be coming off. He's not playing at home necessarily, and D'Lo, he's really scoring reliant, not really that assist maker, things like that playmaking. That's more of LeBron James. That's his flow. Vanderbilt, one of the worst fantasy point per minute producers out there. Do not have any interest in him. Rui, if he's coming off the bench, I do like him. That also kind of goes hand in hand with a prop that I do like for Rui today. He's gotten pretty high praise in the training camp and everything, and we already know the connection and everything that they had towards the end of the season. He looked really good, and I expect much of the same and more from him coming in here. So looking over at the price board for today, I actually do like that 10.5 points that he has right here. He has gone over that point line every single preseason game he played last season, and again, playing off the bench, no LeBron James, the scoring is going to be able to be there for him. Should be able to go out there, more than likely be playing out there, going up against a Kuminga, Moody and all those bench players like that for the Golden State Warriors, especially if he is playing off the bench and not starting. So definitely will love the matchup. And if you guys are subbed and you guys are a part of the Patreon or the Discord, I did put out a 2-pick today for the NBA preseason. Luka Doncic, he was one of them. They had him at like 16.5 when I got the news that Kyrie was going to be dealing with a groin injury. Went ahead and hammered that, and they slowly started to bump it, but we got the value at that 16.5. He's already went over that in his preseason game, and I paired it up with Rui. So second free play right there for you guys if you guys would like to play this right here. But definitely if you guys want to get plays like that, check the link down in the description below for the Patreon so you guys can see all the plays and everything that I'm posting. And also join the Discord. Got own little channel in there. A couple of guys in there. We're posting plays all day. My boy Jorce, he has been killing it with the bet side of everything. So if you guys got FanDuel, DraftKings, things like that, the sports books for those, he puts ladders out all the time. College football, NBA. I know he's gonna have that again too. He is a killer when it comes down to it. And then same thing for my boy King Kwan, pretty good with the esports, and then also with second half plays. I don't know how he does it, but the second half plays, my man's goated at it. He is. All right, going back over here, Gabe Vincent. I do have some interest in Gabe. I know he's a pretty good defender and player out there. I would expect maybe another 18 minutes for him. I would probably rather play Gabe over D'Lo just for the price savings that we also get coming in here to Gabe. Cam Reddish, not a bad play. Probably should definitely see some minutes and should be playing off the bench. So could be one of those 20-minute players that we see right here. I've been seeing some really great reports and stuff about our guy Hood Shofin. I think I'm saying that right. They like what they're seeing from him in training camp and everything. Another value player that we can go to right here. Should be playing off the bench, maybe that 15, 20-ish minutes or roll right here for him. So definitely will have some interest. And then Max Christie is probably going to be my lock of a player that I want to go to in regards to it. Last preseason, he went out there. He played, where are you? Christie played 25 minutes, only 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 points, but definitely Darvin Ham, he's already come out and said that he loves what he's seeing from Christie in the training camp, wants him to be more vocal, things like that. So definitely will have some interest in him at that 2,600 price tag. Kind of really can't go wrong with that. Let you really get the studs if you want to with like Anthony Davis, Christian Wood, somebody from the Warriors and things like that. And then Jackson Hayes. If Jackson Hayes is starting, won't mind it. Definitely know he's a high flyer, can go out there, yam some, and get those rebounds. But then if he's coming off the bench, another player I wouldn't mind going to. Just looking at the backup, Thomas Bryant played 19 minutes last year, and then William Gabriel 20 minutes. So both of those are both centers for the Lakers. So definitely we can have some interest in Jackson Hayes, young guy. He should be able to go out there and play some decent minutes. Everyone else, not really getting too much of a read on any of those guys, so not gonna mess with those. Going over to the Golden State Warriors side, we've already gotten starting lineup. It's gonna be Steph Curry, CP3, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, and Kevon Looney. Draymond Green is gonna be out. With Green being out, I do have some interest in Looney. The rebounds, they're going to be there for him. So definitely do like that. And especially if they're going to start Christian Wood or Jackson Hayes, Looney should be able to get whatever rebounds he wants, get a couple of putbacks, things like that. I don't expect too many minutes for the Golden State Warriors, especially their vets, Steph Curry, Klay, or CP3. Would not be surprised if they play maybe 16 or so minutes. Now for the Warriors last year, they played their preseason. Their first game, I want to say, was in Japan. So, not that. Sorry, guys. All right, so looking at it for them, their starters 16, 13, 16. Poole, young guy, 13 minutes for Curry. So really, I'm not gonna focus too heavy on the big names like Curry, Paul, Klay. Really not Klay. Too score independent. Chris Paul. I gotta see how this lineup is really gonna look with Chris Paul and Steph Curry. Interesting. I've always thought that Curry was technically more of a 2 anyway, but he has the court vision and he's just so lethal from 3. I'm really interested to see how this is going to work with them. Very interested to see exactly how this is going to go. I can only imagine their real starting lineup is going to be Chris Paul at the 1, Steph Curry at the 2, Klay at the 3, Wiggins at the 4, and then Draymond Green at the 5. So it's going to be a true small ball for them. That'll be really interesting. But wouldn't mind seeing if Chris Paul was actually come off the bench, something like that. It'll be interesting to see what they actually do. So with that being said, though, of course, like I said, have some interest in Looney, but really going to focus more on the bench guys right here. This slate, I really do feel like we're going to be leaving a lot of salary on the table when it comes down to it, because I'm not going to shell out all that for a Steph Curry to only play 13, 16 minutes and not do anything. Klay Thompson, 2 score independent, not going to come out there and do anything. Andrew Wiggins, maybe we can go here, but not too heavy. Someone that we could possibly look at. Looking at his preseason last year, Wiggins, 16 minutes, 6 rebounds, 5 points. So, again, not really going too heavy with any of that. I do, however, like the Kumingas, the Moody. Who else do they have? Pod. These guys right here, they're young guys. These are the guys that we should really be seeing playing some minutes for them off their bench. Definitely going to be playing Kuminga. Definitely will have Moody. Both of those guys are core plays for me. They're young guys. They're going to play. They're going to go out there and get the minutes that they can get. Moody last year, 25 minutes, wasn't too productive, but hopefully we can actually get a little bit more production from him here. And the same thing, Jonathan Kuminga, 26 minutes, only 6 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. Hopefully we can get some more production from him here in this position spot. So going to be going both of them. They don't have a ball hog like James Wiseman out there trying to take all the shots and, get whatever putbacks and things like that. So hopefully we'll be decent scoring wise from them, but definitely we'll have some interest in Kuminga and Moses Moody. Pod do have some interest. If I'm going to take any of the starters, I'm going to have to take a flyer on Steph Curry, and Andrew Wiggins and Looney would be the ones I'm mainly focused to over there on the Golden State Warriors. For the Lakers, like I said, can't go wrong with AD. I really don't think so. D'Lo, not going to mess with it. 2 scoring dependent for me. Really do love him if he's off the bench. Gabe Vincent would be my other guy that I go to. And then, of course, Max Christie off the bench. Do like that. And Jackson Hayes and Hood. Those would be my guys that I really will focus on. And then a flyer on Cam Reddish if you need to, and you can go there. All right, but that's going to really be it for me. Really kind of short thing. We got a bigger and actual main slate for NBA preseason tomorrow. Looking at it, let's see. Hopefully, I think they already have the slate up on DraftKings. Not too sure, but starting at 1, we got the Bulls taking on the new looking Bucks. The Sun taking on the Pistons, the 76ers, Boston, Sacramento, Toronto, Pacers, Grizzlies, and Jazz and Clippers. So really interested to see, how we can be able to build out these things, get some more news and things like that. Definitely hit the sub button if you guys have not done so already for more breakdowns like this. And then also check out the Twitter, because I will be retweeting a lot of the information that I see as it comes out. I will be posting that stuff, so you guys don't have to look too far to try to find some NBA preseason information. Good luck to you guys out there. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow.